Gene Hackman. Do you suppose there may be, first of all, the laugh that he had and everything else? I mean, everybody's now announcing, I think, Prisoners of the Moment a little bit, greatest actor of all time. Where do you come down on Hackman? And has he been in the most good movies of any actor ever? I know that's a big question. I've tried to
Well,
calculate that before. There's De Niro's been in a lot of real gems, but I mean, if you go through Hackman's list, man, there's some. I mean, not a few classics. I mean, it goes
no,
on and
it's
on.
crazy. It's crazy. First of all, I just want to say, and I know that the details are murky, but it's my wish that that 95-year-old Gene Hackman's old lady found out he was cheating on her. That's how I want this story to come out. God damn you, Hackman. I,
Life imitating art. That's what David Bryce was up to in No Way Out, one of his many gems. He's
yeah.
Bryce. He's the bad guy in that one, full of charisma though, as
You know,
always.
he carries obviously the probably the best sports movie of all time. I think, that's the consensus, right? He's incredible
Top three for me.
in the French Connection. He's spectacular. He's in Bonnie and Clyde. Like, yeah, the scope of his career. He's great in The Firm. He's such a great scumbag.
All
Like,
just charismatic scumbag. He's great at that role. He
underrated. I
plays
mean,
politicians all the time. It lines
he
up perfectly. White collar scumbag. He was awesome at
he's
that role.
incredible as a paranoiac surveillance guy in the conversation. And
Right.
then he revisits that character in an underrated movie called Enemy of the State. It's
I have it written
fantastic.
down right here as I think that it's damning with faint praise, but that's top three Bruckheimer picture. I
Oh,
think
so good. Holds
it's
up.
real good.
And it certainly as the surveillance state increases. But I know, or I've told you that my brush with greatness was Heather and I were in Toronto for the Toronto Film Festival with her movie Kissing Jessica Stein when the towers fell, and it was like there are no flights back to the United States. And Gene Hackman and I got the last two rental cars in Toronto to drive back to America. And it was kind of wild standing there and being in awe of, like, you're fucking Gene Hackman, but I hope that doesn't mean you get the last rental car. I'll leave you stranded in Canada.
Well, I
Doyle.
yeah, but yes, great as the hero, but Little Bill, to me, I always conservatively say Unforgiven is one of the 20 great pictures of all time. I maybe top 10, one of the great scripts of all time. And I'm not as expert as you are, but um, that to me, I don't know that I would call that as bad. He's also Young Frankenstein, No Way Out, The Conversation, French Connection, Royal Tenenbaums, Superman. One of the best things about him in Superman, one of the funniest things, like Cesar Romero before him and the Batman series with Adam West. Cesar Romero was a big time guy when they start making that series, and they want him in it for ratings, but he refuses to shave his mustache for the Joker makeup. So if you see him, he looks extra creepy to Cesar Romero. If you ever see the old clips of him, he's got the white makeup on, the clown makeup on, but it's over his white mustache. He looks ridiculous. But Gene Hackman gets Superman with Donner and refuses to shave his head. He's like, I'm Gene Hackman. I'm not shaving my iconic fro that I got here. Not for you. And they're like, okay. Not even a bald wig, Hackman. No, I'm not putting on a bald wig. This is Superman. This is the movie of the year. You're not going to shave your head for it? Nope. And they're like, all right, he's Gene Hackman. Let him do it. And then he's dynamite in the picture. He's the best thing in the first Superman, and he's great in the second one too. But and like I say, he's awesome as David Bryce, which I mean, get Shorty, and how funny is he in the Birdcage, and he's spectacular in Crimson Tide, and Poseidon Adventure as the Reverend with Borgnine and the rest of them. This list is remarkable, and it might be second to none. Unforgiven, though, the statement it makes about human existence and otherwise, maybe is my favorite of the entire group. How say you? Besides Hoosiers. Besides Hoosiers.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mentioned Patino, and it's like when you think about Coach Norman Dale's past and how, it's like his past is going to catch up with him, and why does he have to coach at this little high school? It's like, all right, well, Rick Pitino's past was no problem. I mean, all
Right.
all Norman Dale did was something Bobby Knight did 3 times a practice.
But it is our hero of the movie, slugged a kid, slugged a 19-year-old or whatever it was. And what's weird is that we don't talk enough about Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey is clearly a front runner. She wants nothing to do with the old man until they start winning. Now she wants a piece of the action. Now she's having makeout sessions out in the fields with this old guy. After she reads him, what happened? You slugged the kid? I'm hot. This, I don't know. Maybe that explains why Andrew
that's
Tate
a great
is here now.
example. And of course, you're just enjoying the film, so you don't really think about it. But like Kevin James pulling a young Leah Remini in King of Queens, like you're a fucking UPS driver. That's not how the world works. Like, here's your fat wife, fat poor guy. Like Gene Hackman, you're a high school basketball coach. You're not banging Barbara Hershey. That's not how the world works.
But there's no indication in it before their makeout session. There's no indication of him, charming her. Like what changed, lady? Why now? Why now? You hate him. You think he's a horrible guy.
No,
now you go to
yes.
the library at the nearby town and you unearth docs that show you punched a kid. Kiss me. Well, what happened, lady? What goes on here?
She thinks if she plays her cards right, there could be some of that Division III college money raining down soon.
He can grease the skids for young Chitwood here, and I'll ride along with Jimmy on the NBA superstardom.